Hello and welcome. These are my hands. I'm Bay Mud and I have no idea what's in this box. Friend of the channel Phil, hi Phil, dropped it off with a piece of his own gear inside. The challenge, open it, learn it, make something with it, then decide whether it's anything I'd actually want to have bought before giving it back. So let's see what we've got. Oh, I see something. I don't know what this is. Oh, look, it's a Wingie with the name Meng Qi on it. What's a Wingie? I guess we'll find out together. Leave it to Phil to surprise me with something I'd never heard of before. Apparently, this is actually the Wingie 2, as the first version wasn't in an enclosure. My initial idea was to film myself turning it on for the first time and trying to learn it on the spot, but no one wants to watch me stumble through all that, especially considering it took me far too long to realize these were microphones, not two speakers, and I sat confusingly thumbing this poor box in silence. Instead, I've saved us both the embarrassment and taken some time with the Wingie off camera. You're welcome. Though this is far from an exhaustive tutorial, just some fun I had with it. Turns out, and some of you may be ahead of me on this, Wingie is a stereo resonator. It basically listens to sounds via either the onboard mics or line input and gets excited by them, much like myself. For example, we can set the left and right resonators to specific types, choose the octave for each, select the mic input, and then up the mix, and it will start getting excited by my voice. I can also play the little keyboard buttons here to help me choose the pitch of that resonance, as Wingie doesn't track pitch on its own. In my limited experience, it's been super fun just to turn on the internal microphones and let Wingie resonate with whatever it hears, like me banging on the desk. In the two monophonic modes, you can even set sequences of notes that it will move through as the signal hits a chosen threshold. There's also some lovely saturation that goes from 0 to chaos pretty quickly. Obviously, the onboard microphones are very fun, but I've also been enjoying running all kinds of things through the line input, like this audio recording from freesound.org of Canada Geese that Wingie seems to get really excited by. And while you previously heard the saturation can get quite gnarly, I've also enjoyed Wingie in more subtle uses, like with this sample of Kids on a Playground, where I've got one resonator set to string and the other to poly, so I can play the resonance as chords over the input signal, while that also bounces the string notes around. It's been surprising just how transformative the resonance can be. For instance, I gave Wingie nothing but a simple Casio beat and was able to end up with something much more full and playable. Using the line input to excite Wingie obviously works very well, but it can be even more fun when you add MIDI to the mix, as each of the two resonators can receive MIDI notes on its own channel. For example, here it is receiving audio from the modern Sounds Pluto, which is also sending MIDI notes to pitch the resonance. Okay, so how do I feel about the Wingie 2 after borrowing it for a bit? I mean, it's super fun and good at a specific thing, being resonating. If you've been following the channel, then you already know I've got some other units that can resonate or be excited by external audio, like the sympathetic resonator in the Chase Bliss Lost and Found pedal, or the Simple Touch 2 version of the Audrey 2 feedback synthesizer by SynthUX Academy. The main things that seem to set Wingie apart so far are the ability to receive MIDI notes, as well as the onboard microphones, which are quite sensitive and fun to play around with. Wingie is clearly capable of some gritty, ferocious sounds, but can be subtle too, and ultimately wants you to engage with it, play notes, and excite it. Whereas something like the Audrey 2 is always on the verge of explosion and needs to be tamed, but both approaches have their merits, of course. Though it really does benefit from some added effects, so it's too bad there's no onboard reverb like with the Audrey 2, but then again, that would probably have increased the price, so it's a trade-off, and the reverb in my L6 does the job well enough. So do I wish this little Wingie 2 was mine and not Phil's? I'm in the unique position of being pretty well covered for things that resonate, but Wingie sets itself apart enough that I'd be happy to snag one for a good deal or in trade for something. For what it's worth, in Canada, Wingie seems to be available for about 240 beaver pelts, which I consider a pretty good value. If I had a gift card or caught a sale to entice me further, I could see picking one of these up for fun. I'm certainly enjoying Wingie enough to keep it a little longer at least. Another shout out to Phil for lending it. We should all be as lucky as to have a gear-enabling pal like him. Have you tried Wingie 2? Anything else I should do with it before giving it back? Next up in the Mystery Gear series, your guess is as good as mine, but we'll have another box to open, so stay tuned. Oh, and I forgot to tell you to like and subscribe.